Hi, I wanted to show you guys how to make your own LED strip puddle lights. First of all, you have your connector. It has a 17-inch lead. This is a 19-inch length of wire to span some stuff that's bolted into the frame rails. My sliders have a arm that connects into that. Got some liquid electrical tape, some heat shrink, and the actual strip. So I've got two different colors here. This is bright white and warm white. So when you get your strip, if you buy a meter-long strip, like off of eBay or Amazon, usually comes with these leads attached. Put that on there. Test that. That's a bright white. Make bright white, cool white, which I think is more of a bluish, purplish, and then this warm white. I prefer the warm white myself, but it just depends on what you like. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to take off these connectors. I don't really feel like they're very waterproof in there. So I'm going to cut those off and desolder them, and then get ready to attach my own wire here. So you can see there that if water had gotten in there, it seems like it would have corroded in there. I don't know, I haven't tried it, but I didn't really want to find out. So I'm just going to pull these leads off so that I can put my own on. Okay, so I've got the leads off there. There's a little bit of solder left on there, hopefully enough. I might add a little bit. When you put on the positive and negative, the strip will tell you where positive and negative is. Some strips will. I also like to put the heat shrink on before and put it on. I'm going to put on a little more solder on there. Okay. So now I like to test it to make sure that it's going to work. So I just have the female lead here that hangs off the bottom of the LX. Plug that in. Okay, so we're still good. Now, this is a meter long, But if you have sliders on, I have the, geez, I'm forgetting the name, from Metal Tech, sliders from them. So I actually cut off 6 lengths. You can cut it at every spot where it says you can cut it. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this area will go on the end of the, by the passenger door. Just gonna cut that. Okay, and then I'm gonna cut back the rubber so I can solder it on here to the little contacts there. I'm gonna cut back the silicone a little bit. Okay, so I cut that back a little bit and take that and just kind of peel off that rubber silicone stuff, whatever it is, both ends. Okay, and I'm going to take my extension wire and connect them together. Put a little pad of solder on there first. You can see I've got the little beads on there now. Makes it easier to put them on. Make sure they don't touch. I like to put a little more on top of it. And then I like to make sure that it's down there good, so there we go. Okay, to the other side. Make sure there's no twists in that. Put on the heat shrink. Make sure you have the positive and negative going to the right sides. Okay, get a little bit of solder on top. Make sure they're nice and close. Okay, then, before going any further, I want to test them to make sure that I got everything wired up right. So that's the front and the rear. Okay, so both sections are lit up. And now I want to waterproof them. So I'm going to use electrical tape on them, the liquid electrical tape, and then I'll do 2 coatings of that, and you got to let it sit overnight. Just grab a little bit of this. Okay, so you do that to each of the connections. And then, just like a cooking show, they make it look so easy. Here's a strip that's already done. It just needs to be heat shrinked. So I'm going to slide this on. This is 5/16 inch marine heat shrink, meaning it has a little adhesive on the inside. That will help to give a good watertight seal. So do that. I just get it as close to that SMD, that LED, as I can. And then now you can see it's got a good connection there. And then I'll score the tape there so that it doesn't peel up underneath that. It's got a good connection in there. You can see it's kind of sealed it up in there. Just like that. That's how you make it. I'll go through the rest of these and do the same thing on these ones as well. Slide that up to right about there. And then I also put a little dab of electrical tape on the end just to try to inhibit any corrosion. Anyway, that's it. Let me know if you have any questions. And if you make them, post any pictures so I can see how you do. Thanks. Bye.